Good evening and welcome to the beautiful Williams Valley as we are here for the start of state round playoffs. This is it. You're down to the final, 16, 32?
32, I think, yeah.
Final 32 in 2A, and here's two of them. There's 30 other teams, 15 other games out there tonight in this 2A girls bracket, and we're here for the Lady Vikings and the Lady Tigers of Southern Columbia as they come into this ball game out of District 4. They are a part of the Heartland Conference, and of course the Williams Valley Lady Vikings, a part of the Schuylkill League, out of District 11, the District 11 2A champion, as they beat Marion last week, 51-29 to advance on and host a home game.
Yeah.
And I always said this. This is probably the best thing that has come out of COVID, was a home game in your home gym to open up the state round of playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. And the good thing about it, too, Ed, is, it gives these kids.
Yeah, and it's awesome that you get to go in and see some of these gyms where, maybe on a normal, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, they're not so packed. But, I'm going to tell you what, this is probably the most packed I've seen this gymnasium since the last time I was here for a Williams Valley Tri-Valley boys game many years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's what, like you said, especially with our teams in the Schuylkill League, you have that hometown feel. They're going to come out and support their kids, whether it's school play, a choir, your band competition. The locals show up for our kids. Yeah,
and it's always great. And even different coaches show up here to support the district or the team that they may play all the time. We see one of our Schuylkill League coaches here who has a connection to the Schuylkill League and a connection to the Williams Valley Lady Vikings. He's here, but he's also the backdoor neighbor of the other school that's playing here.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is that guy that has like over 800 victories in his coaching career, and is still looking for that one, and he still can't get over that proverbial hump of the Schuylkill League championship. But Mike Lambara here tonight, he's out enjoying a Friday evening. He gets a little bit of a rest until tomorrow, and then he'll be back on the floor. But out here, supporting Schuylkill League and his next door neighbors.
Absolutely. Coach Lambara is just a class guy. Dude does a great job up at Lourdes. Yeah, and I think we have a feeling with that Lourdes team that they're going to be playing in that Saturday afternoon game down at that Giant Center.
Yeah, we do have that feeling, sort of. It seems like if there was anywhere that a Schuylkill League team or anybody that's going to advance from our local area, it would be in that single A race. And I think we've had that feeling throughout the whole regular season and now here into the postseason. As we got to look at some things here. How did they get here? Well, we know how Williams Valley got here. How did the Tigers get here?
Right, they're the District 4 runners-up. They lost to Muncie in that district championship game, 44-43, closely contested ball game.
So, what happens? You win here tonight. You lose here tonight. It's done.
They're done.
You're one and done. There is no consolation games when you get to the state playoffs like there was in district playoffs. You're done if you lose here tonight. But if you win here tonight, where are you going? What are you doing?
The winner plays the District 3 runner-up, Shalom Christian, or the District 12 champions, Mass Charter.
Yeah, and those two teams are matching up later on, or actually at 7 o'clock this evening. I believe it would probably be at the somewhere around the District 12, right?
No, it depends on the bracket. It's kind of like now where if you look at the two teams, the top team, it gets the home game. I think as you move on, the top team doesn't travel as far. It's a neutral site, but you're not going as far.
So, we'll wait to see. We'll try to keep an eye on that one as we work our way through this. Both teams come in here, pretty much iron 5.
Oh, absolutely.
On both of these squads. As Williams Valley, they have 5 girls, and, it's 4 seniors and a freshman.
Yeah, and when you look at this Williams Valley team, that's the thing. And I've said this before, and I'm just talking here about number-wise, like kids on the roster. I think Shane Zellers does more with less than we've seen any coach in the history of the Schuylkill League. You know, like you say, he's playing that Iron 5 going through, has a sub or two here or there. But, for what Shane does with this Williams Valley Lady Vikings team, they better have a mural put up here, for that guy. He just does a fantastic job. His coaching staff does a great job going even back to, in the junior high seasons. You can see they have the same coaches, following through, doing the junior high up to varsity. So these girls know what to expect, from the coaches.
But, I mean, is it a testament to Shane Zellers and his coaching and having less and doing more, or is it a testament to the work ethic of the people here in the Williams Valley area, the Williamstown, the Tower Cities, the Reinertons, and you look at that, because it doesn't only just – it's not here today with girls basketball. It's with boys basketball. It's with wrestling. It's with baseball. It's with softball. It's with football. They find success. They don't have huge numbers.
Right.
Okay. They're in the a boundary. They've got to stay in that boundary. They don't have it is what it is, and you don't get an opportunity to go out and find somebody or say, hey, listen, come over here. But they have success season in. It doesn't matter if it's boys, girls, or it could be polo.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
On the horseback.
Does not matter. But like I said, you even look at some of these girls, too. You have, going through the playoffs. Presley Shomper stepping up big. Freshman, the bright lights down at Mart's Hall. It didn't bother her. It's just like, let's just go play.
But is that one of those things she watched older brother?
Yeah, that's
do things, and be that cog in the wheel of that football team, and now she's like, now it's my turn. I'm going to be the cog in the wheel.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. And like Shane Zeller said, I remember after that district championship game when I interviewed him down the court, she came into those playoffs saying, I'm not going to let these seniors down. I got to step up my game and play. And like we said, you're looking at it, it's something interesting too with this Williams Valley roster. You're looking at it. There's 8 kids on the roster. You have 5 seniors and 3 freshmen. So like it's one of the things, you don't have there's no sophomore junior class. Like, this is what you got. And these seniors have been through the battles, going through the Quinn Smeltz, Ireland Kasper, Mallory Miller, Ella Kobularik, doing a great job, and they're paving the way for these freshmen. Say, like, follow us along, we'll get you there.
Yeah, and the freshmen are bought in. I don't think that's a question of a doubt. They're bought in. They're ready to go. They're ready to take the reins, but they're not ready to take the reins at 9 o'clock this evening.
Yeah, no,
they're
absolutely.
ready to take the reins in June. Middle of March.
Yeah. No, we'll give them to April. Because that means that the state finals are done, right?
Yeah. Well, in the middle of March, state finals are done. You could say the April spot, because then like the parade will be done.
Yeah.
All of that.
Oh,
fun
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. The pomp and circumstance, right?
The recognition at the school board meetings and the recognition at the council meetings and all that fun stuff that goes on when you're a state champion. But you take a look at that, and you look now here. And as you start looking at it, we talk about the 5 girls, add in 1 or 2 here or there for Williams Valley. It's the same for the Lady Tigers, because they've got 5, and they may have 15 on the roster, but you're only going to
8 deep. Yeah, absolutely. And you're just looking at some of the stuff that we got for the Lady Tigers team. Kaylee Helwig, leads them right now. She has about 15 points a game. She's a first-team All-Star in a conference out there. And it's just one of those things, like, I think they're mirror images of each other too. Like, just like you said, not the way they play, but you're only going to see the same 5, 6, 7 girls, all night going through. And then the big thing too, Ed, when you're looking at some of the stuff here, something that you got to keep in mind is Southern Columbia played a lot of 3A and 4A teams, throughout the season. So their record might not, stand out, nothing, but I think it's because they played a lot of those big schools, getting them ready for the playoffs here.
Williams Valley Lady Vikings play in the Schuylkill League in the regular season. They're ready to go here in the state playoffs. Lock of this game, Mr. Shimo.
I think it's going to come down to Williams Valley getting the tempo of the game in their favor. Get out and pressure on defense in that 2-3 zone. Pick your spots when to run, and when you get down and play a half-court game and knock down your open shots.
Welcome back to Williams Valley, the PIAA 2A girls first round playoff between Williams Valley Lady Vikings and the Southern Columbia Lady Tigers. The starting lineups for Southern Columbia. For Southern Columbia, Macy Swank, the sophomore guard, along with Bella Snyder, a freshman forward. Elena Reuter, a senior center, and Olivia Jones, a sophomore guard. Kaylee Helwig, a sophomore guard, also getting the call here. The head coach for the Lady Tigers, Jim Kessler, they're at a 12-13 record. Williams Valley Lady Vikings, Presley Shomper, a 9th grade guard, along with Ella Kubrick, a 12th grade guard. A senior forward, Mallory Miller, a senior guard, Quinn Smeltz, and a senior guard, Ireland Kasper. Shane Zeller's the head coach. 18-6 Lady Vikings. As we've got a shot from the left side, that's from Ireland Kasper, looking to start it off with a big three. It falls off the front of the iron and on the baseline into the first row of the crowd.
Absolutely. That's one of the things Williams Valley did a great job coming down here. Getting a start running their offense. Got the open three and didn't hit it.
Joey, when you're in trouble, you got to get the best when faced with the worst. There's none better than Finelli, Evans, and Patels. Our referees, District 3 crew.
Yep, it's Keith Whittington, Steve Baumgardner, and Jennifer Rinaldi.
Ireland Kasper will not miss 2 in a row as she gets us our first score of the night at the 7:20 mark here in the first. As Williams Valley goes up 3-0 as Kasper deadly off that 3-point line in that left wing.
Ireland Kasper, though, hey, when the lights come on in the playoffs is when she steps up the biggest, hitting big threes.
Lady Tigers trying to get some penetration here, and the Lady Vikings doing a good job keeping everything extended out right now with that 2-3 zone. As they work it down the left side, now they look inside. Kasper going to make contact there with Swank. Kasper going to create the turnover here. Ball picked up Kubrick. Now across the top of the kids, Kubrick and Smeltz. They're going to go from left to right, right to left. Now Smeltz, top of the key for 3. She's off the front of the iron, off the glass, off the front of the rim. Hits 4 sides of that bad boy and does not find the bottom.
Absolutely. There's a great look by Quinn. Like you said, it just didn't fall in.
Nice backdoor work there as they post up down below, and they'll get a wide open Bella Snyder behind this defense for Williams Valley. And you got yourself a 3-2 ball game. 6:15 to go here in the first. Ball knocked back into the backcourt. Williams Valley will get the handle back on it. Now top Smeltz.
I would just say definitely physical game here. Picking up here.
Kubrick back to Smeltz left side. Smeltz looks into the left corner. That's for Kasper. Kasper back out top, and they'll work it inside out. A shot for 3 out of the hands of Mallory Miller. Just falls short. Rebound pulled down by the Tigers. 3-2, 5:45 to go here in the first. And the ball gets away there, and Quinn Smeltz had her foot on it. Yep. She would have got her foot on it all the way. It was going to be good.
It was good. It's going through the uprights, right?
So the Tigers inbound underneath their own basket. They'll have to look into the far corner. Ball knocked around, and getting her hand on it's Mallory Miller. So Southern Columbia will inbound here off the other side underneath their basket. They were on the right side, now to the left side.
I was just going to say, the big thing here you see with this Williams Valley defense, though, and it's almost like it has man tendencies. Like they're chasing kids all over the place. It's real aggressive. It's not a zone where you just sit there.
Helwig works inside, and the ball gets knotted up, though. Possession arrow. Arrow does favor Southern Columbia. Ireland Kasper trying to sell the travel there in the middle of the lane.
Our referees are doing a great job. Right on top of it.
So Williams Valley inbounds. Ball stolen away. That's going to be stolen away there by Shomper, but Shomper can't keep the handle on it, and she'll dribble it over into the bench. But a good job there by the Lady Vikes.
Right now, if you're Shane Zellers, you want to tell your kids, you got to cut off that back row.
Big shot from Kaylee Helwig. Now the inbound pass stolen. At the foul line, they'll work it in Swank. Swank looks down low. She'll find Helwig, and Helwig with a shot off the turnover. 7-3, a whistle and a timeout. Shane Zellers as he wants to talk it over with his girls after a quick 5 points. 5:10 to go here in the first. It's Southern Columbia leading Williams Valley 7-3. District 11, or PIAA 2A girls playoff action on T102 Sports.
You always have home court advantage with Kasper Construction. That's Kasper with a K, as in kitchen, and we can remodel yours. For more than 46 years, Kasper Construction has been helping homeowners across the valley upgrade their homes with championship-level craftsmanship. Whether you're dreaming of a brand new bathroom or complete home renovation, visit KasperConstructionLLC.com. That's KASPER ConstructionLLC.com. Serving Schuylkill, Lebanon, and Dauphin counties.
The PIAA playoffs on T102.
Trailing by 4. 5 points scored in a matter of 20 seconds by the Lady Tigers. Shane Zeller talks it over. Kasper left corner, looks out top there. She'll get it out there for Smeltz. Smeltz now deals inside for Kobularik. Back to Smeltz. Smeltz for 3. She's got him. 7-6, 4:30 to go here in the second.
Yeah, that's going to be big, too. For Williams Valley's got to get the ball to the foul line area against the zone for Southern Columbia. Use it as the pivot and kick it back out for shooters.
Swank tries to get up and dribble off a pass off the right elbow. She'll meet up with Ireland Kasper. They'll tie the basketball up. Jump ball, possession arrow favors Lady Vikings.
Yeah, right now, even with Southern Columbia's in a 1-2-2 press here. You got to get the ball to the middle of the court. The outside would be the best way to break this, just trapping defense.
And they break it. They work it down. Here's Kasper, right side. Kasper for 3 off the right corner. Doesn't go. Rebound picked up down underneath. It's going to be Smeltz. Smeltz tries to work a little bit. Smeltz got a little bit too much there. Kasper diving for the basketball. We got our first foul of the evening. We'll wait to see. This one's going to go on.
Mallory Miller.
Yep, Mallory Miller. Her first, team's first. At the 4-minute mark of the first. Swank at the top of the key, works her way to the right. Throws into the right corner. Not in a hurry. Here's Helwig. Helwig will revert back. Now Helwig wants to try to get up and work, and she works into the right corner, loses the handle on a basketball. Goes into one of the other broadcast outlets here on hand tonight.
Hey, we got to thank Benny Anchef getting us this great seat here at half court.
Oh,
takes care of us.
Let's not. He takes care of us. I have been left out for years. I've been coming here to Williams Valley, been hanging with Benny, and I understand that the other broadcast crew members are treated to fudge from Mrs. Anchef. This is my first treat of Mrs. Anchef's fudge, and I'll tell you what, I haven't tasted anything so good.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been delicious.
Top notch.
Ball bounced around off the rim, bounced off some of the Vikings as they try to battle for the rebound. Inbound pass right to the middle of the lane, gets tied up, and Helwig works her way off the right side. Helwig dish underneath, looks underneath there for Snyder. Snyder can't get the bucket to go. Helwig with the rebound. She'll retreat back to the perimeter and work her way to the top of the key.
Now, Southern Columbia is doing a great job here at just being real patient down the offensive end.
Swank off the foul line, battle for the rebound. Finally, Kasper comes down with it. Kasper on the floor, and Kasper fouled. So Lady Vikings should be getting this one. Going to be the first foul here on Bella Snyder, first on the Tigers.
You know what the big thing too is with this Williams Valley team is all 5 of these kids can handle the ball. You know, you don't really have that true center, down low post kid. All 5 of these girls can handle the ball to break presses.
Smeltz, Kobularik. Kobularik to Kasper, left corner, back out top, Smeltz. Kobularik into the foul line, she bounces it for Shomper. Shomper, ball knocked away, goes right back out to Kobularik. Kobularik looking, Kobularik gonna drive. Kobularik stops at the block, now kicks back outside. It's into the hands of Smeltz, now into the corner for Kobularik. Kobularik gonna drive baseline, and she's gonna travel. She'll travel and turn it over. Very patient offensive possession there by the Lady Vikes.
Yep, and it was the right move. Kobularik was going baseline, had the open shot, just shuffled her feet a little bit.
Right now, 7-6, Southern Columbia leading, 2:20 left to go here in the first over Williams Valley. PIAA 2A girls first round playoffs. Winner advances on. Those that come up short in this part of the season are done. No consolation games.
No consolations, right?
Helwig looks inside. Kasper there to steal it away. Kasper fouled. And in the area there, you're going to have Olivia Jones.
Hey, we did get a score, not a score, but an update in Philly. It looks like the Marion Phillies are in the mercy roll right now, beating, I don't even know how to say that team they're playing from Philly. But they are winning pretty big.
Wow. It's always nice when you can go on the road and get a big win, a huge win against some of those teams that they seem to. Shane Zeller's very animated over there. Zeller's really animated, yelling out some direction to his girls now.
On that play, Rosie Martino for Southern picked up a foul.
It's going to be her first, team's third with the 1:43 mark here in the first. It's a 7-6 ball game. It's Kasper. Kasper to Smeltz. Smeltz back to Kasper. Kasper into the corner. Feeds over there for a shot for three. That's out of the hands of Miller. Doesn't go. Rebound picked up Kobularik. Now it's going to be Kasper. Kasper driving into the corner. Looks Kobularik. Kobularik drives baseline. Can't get the bucket to fall. Rebound pulled down by Shomper and a foul. That is going to be the 14th foul here. Or did it go out on, went out on the baseline?
On the baseline, yep. A little screened out here.
Yeah, I get knocked out there by the ref, but an inbound pass right to Quinn Smeltz, middle of the lane. She's right up out of the paint, and it's an 8-7 ball game. 1:05 to go. It was 5 quick ones in a hurry, Southern Columbia, and they haven't scored since at the, 5:15 mark?
Yep. Yeah, I was right at that timeout by Coach Ellers.
Under a minute left to go here in the first. Williams Valley back out to a 1-point lead, 8-7. They let Swank get in behind, battle for the rebound. Possession arrow on a jump ball, favoring the Lady Vikings. So that will be 39.7 ticks left. You play for one here, Joey?
I think you just get the best look you get. You know, it's not like an end of the game situation where you're trying to, you need a 2-pointer, you need a 3. It's just take the best shot you can get right now. But you got to be patient, run your offense.
Smeltz down inside. They'll look in there for Shomper. Now they'll work it back out top here for Miller. Miller works her way across the top of the key to the left side. Now in there for Smeltz. Smeltz dinks it up underneath for Kobularik. Kubarik's shot doesn't go. She pulls down a rebound, tries to kick it out for one of the other Lady Vikings. Can't get it to go. Taken by the Lady Tigers in transition. Swank feeds inside for Jones. Jones going to get tripped up there. And I think she'll be going to the line here.
Nope, it's on the floor, Ed.
Well, they are calling it on the floor.
Yeah.
It was close.
It was close. It was in between.
One of them 50-50 shots. Inbound underneath, down low for Leslie. There's Amelia Leslie in here for a substitution for the Lady Tigers. Also in for the Lady Tigers is Colette Zsido. Zsido going to inbound. She'll inbound to Helwig. Helwig working around the perimeter. Helwig pulls up, triple on the way off the front of the iron. Rebound cleaned up down underneath. It's going to be a last-second shot by Zsido, not going to fall. And after one, Williams Valley leading by one, 8-7 in the PIAA 2A Girls First Round Basketball Playoff action. You're listening to it live here on T102 Sports.
T102 Sports.
Helwig inbound. Look all the way across the floor for Jones. Now inside, they work at the Reuter. Reuter loses the handle on the basketball, driving into paint. Picked up by the Lady Vikings. Mallory Miller going to travel before she gets across that half-court stripe and turn it back over here to the Tigers.
Tell you what, Ed, that's one of those spots there. Yeah, right around that half-court line is somewhere where you don't want to pick the ball up and the team's trapping you. Yeah, you have the out-of-bounds mark, the half-court line. They're extra defenders.
Everything just gets all bottled up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nowhere to go. It's like you get pinned in. A steal by Smeltz. Ahead for Miller. Miller looking to try to get up and work, and Miller trying to drive the lane. She's going to get tangled up there. Boy, hey, Miller was like, what do you mean, finally? Like, it was like a game of bumper cars out there, and a Reuter going to pick up the foul. One way only, no head-on collisions.
Well,
that is in the backyard of Southern Columbia. Like she got clotheslined too a little bit as Miller now with the basketball. Skips in the paint. Now they work it outside for Kasper. Kasper for three. Doesn't fall. Kobularik with the rebound. Push out top Miller. Back to Smeltz. Smeltz looks like she wants to work. Now loses the handle on a basketball. It's going to be picked up by Jones in transition. Smeltz going to pick up the personal.
I think that's a great foul there by Quinn Smeltz. You know, she saved maybe 2 points right here because it was definitely a breakaway layup opportunity. You know, she just went for the ball, got a foul call.
8-7, 6:57 to go here in this second. Lady Vikings out front. Turnaround jumper off the right elbow by Olivia Jones, a little long. Rebound pulled down Tigers. Second chance doesn't go. Try to push it ahead. Kobularik to Miller, and it bounces off of Miller's left ankle.
That's what I say right now. If you're Williams Valley, you just got to take care of the ball. You know, and some of these are unforced. You know, you're not being pressured right now. These turnovers. Yeah, it's one of those things. That state playoff games, you got to take care of the ball.
Swank to Helwig. Helwig for a shot for three. Doesn't go. Rebound last touched up there, Kobularik.
I think she shot that one in from the football stadium.
Yeah. She was over in Williamstown, either there or the Legion. Inbound pass Snyder. Work it to Jones. Jones out the top of the key, gets tied up there with Shomper. Get it to Helwig. Shomper going to get a poke at the basketball. Back to Jones on the left side. Helwig's not afraid to pull it up, I don't think, from there.
Oh, no, she can hit those logo threes.
Post it down low. It's going to be Reuter. Reuter's turnaround on the baseline, not going to fall. Rebound pushed ahead for Miller. She'll get it across the timeline.
So that's a spot right there, Ed, where Presley Shomper is right now. You got to use that as a swing area to get open looks.
And that's what they're doing. There's Mallory Miller with a triple, and now it's a 4-point ball game at the 5:45 mark. Williams Valley out front 11-7. And it was just Presley Shomper just working it right, left on that foul line. It's almost like she was a valve.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right, especially when the teams are coming out. You got to use that middle of the court just like you would as a press.
Pass in the middle of the lane. It's going to be bounced around. Macy Schwank will bring it in, and she'll pull up for two, and now it's an 11-9 ball game. Kasper for three, left side, in and out of the basket, everywhere but to the bottom of the net. Rebound, Helwig in transition. Helwig into the right side at the elbow, looks back outside. And I'll tell you what, as soon as Helwig gets it, two Lady Vikes come out and crash on her.
Oh, absolutely. She shot it. If you're listening at home, familiar with the stage or court, she's shooting beyond the Viking head on the court. So you got to come out real far to challenge her.
Jones with an air ball top of the key, as you heard the Williams Valley faithful over here. You're happy tonight. They're in their Kelly green, Shamrock green, their Notre Dame finest.
Absolutely, buddy.
Steal by Olivia Jones. She'll push down the floor, riding Quinn Smeltz to the hole, and it is now all knotted up at 11. 4:30 to go here in the first half. As Miller tries to drive inside, she'll draw a foul and two shots from the charity stripe at the 4:30 mark. Mallory Miller with our first free throws of the night. Second personal foul coming on Reuter. Trying to break an 11-all tie, and Mallory Miller makes it a 1-point Lady Vikings lead.
That's the thing. I think we were talking pregame. Yeah, Southern goes a little deeper on their bench. You know, so if they get in any foul trouble, you know, you may have a little drop off because the kids on the bench, but at least they can go to. Yeah, they have kids that they can go to.
Second one by Miller misses. Rebound battle for right to the floor. Picking it up is going to be Snyder. Snyder ahead, Swank. Swank across the line now skips it to Helwig, top of the key. Helwig loses the hand on the ball as she looks to try to drive down inside. Into the right wing and back out top Swank. Swank going to look around. Nothing doing. Back here to Jones. Jones for three, left side. Doesn't fall. Rebound picked off the rim by Quinn. Smeltz. Quinn Smeltz, multiple sport athlete here. Mallory Miller, a multiple three-point shooter here. She's got her second on tonight. 7 in the book at the 3:35 mark.
7 in this quarter at 2 threes and that foul shot.
Jones trying to back her way down the lane. Underneath, looks there for Snyder. Snyder turnaround underneath, can't get it to go. Jump ball on the rebound. Possession arrow favors Lady Vikes.
Quinn Smeltz right now doing a great job, controlling the defensive boards for the Lady Vikings.
Smeltz, now they feed ahead Miller. Miller breaks the press. Miller backdoors. It's going to be Kasper. And 2 more, and that's a 6-point Lady Vikes lead, 17-11. Shane Zellers had it set up perfect.
Absolutely. Timeout here, Southern.
Into the front court, Southern Columbia calls a timeout. 3:09 remaining here in the first half. It's PIAA 2A girls first round basketball playoff action. It's Williams Valley 17-11 over Southern Columbia right here on T102 Sports. Out of the Southern Columbia timeout, Helwig's a Swank with 3:05 to go here in the first half. Williams Valley out by 6, 17-11. Martino looks down inside Leslie. Leslie shot knocked around. Smeltz is there to challenge for it. We've got a whistle and a foul. And it's going to be on the Tigers, and it's going to be Amelia Leslie, a sophomore guard, getting her first, team's third. Smeltz can't get it. She's in trouble. She was at the 8 of the 10 there in that backcourt.
That's the thing. Like, it's one of those things, like I said, you got to get the ball into the middle of the court, then look opposite, to break this trap right now for Southern. Williams Valley's just being a little tentative right now.
Helwig onto the elbow for Swank, and they work it through into the corner. A long shot for 2 by Martino. Doesn't go. Jones there to try to clean things up. Kasper there. Jones and Kasper both hit the floor. And they're both up. And a foul coming here on Williams Valley. This one going to be on Ireland. Kasper, her second, team second. Helwig to inbound under her own basket. Kicks outside Jones, steps into the left corner, back to Helwig. Helwig shot misses. It's off the support bars and will be Williams Valley basketball.
Yep. Foul second on Kasper. The good thing, too, is you're not playing that aggressive man-to-man defense. You can buy some time with her and play in the zone.
Williams Valley gets it across under that full court press. Works it across. Now it's into Shomper. Shomper, that valve there on that foul line. Just bouncing left, right, left, right. Ball goes right, she goes right.
Yep.
She's just bouncing around there. Miller right side. Miller looks, works around the defense. Down underneath, they try to work it into Kobularik. Ball knocked away. Third row of the student section. They're happy.
They're happy.
They gave it right back to the ref. But the foul going to send Kobularik here to the line for 2 with the 1:58 mark, trying to build on a 7-point lead. 17-11, Williams Valley out front. And an in and out for Ella.
Do you think that's a little distracting, though, shooting into those?
No, they're not waving around and stuff.
No, hey, those checkered overalls.
Nah. They're not together. Second one is up and good. And it's an 18-11, a 7-point Williams Valley lead. 1:54 to go here in this second as they are ahead of Southern Columbia. Jones looks into the half circle. We'll get it there for Leslie. Leslie in trouble, looks outside for Swank. Backcourt violation. As the ball gets away, Helwig will try to save it. It can't get there in time. Lady Vikings with the possession at the 140 mark.
Tell you what, it's great. Listen to these Williams Valley girls communicate on defense. Talking to each other. That's a lot of things you can't get kids to do these days.
Listen to them communicating on offense.
Yeah.
On offense, they're communicating.
And they're doing it without cell phones,
ball over to
right?
Smeltz. Smeltz has to get on the floor to try to save it. It's going to be pulled in there by Martino. She pushes ahead. Tries to work it down the floor to Leslie. Leslie's shot off the right side doesn't fall. Rebound out on the Lady Vikes. Into the right corner, and up for three is going to be Amelia Leslie. That doesn't fall. Rebound all the way out the other side. Last a touch of Quinn Smeltz.
I think they're going to change that.
They may. No?
No, just keep it here. One of the referees, I thought she signaled it was going to Williams Valley, and then the other referee overruled it.
Yeah, I think she said that it did brush her.
Yep.
She did have the angle on it. There's a shot out of the left corner. This one now for three out of Rosie Martino's hands. Boy, huge contact. Huge contact there as you had Kobularik there and Miller, and then it was like they were just bowling them. and one of the Lady Tigers came right in there, and that would be Kaylee Helwig came in like she was bowling.
Yeah.
She split them up, but she sends Mallory Miller across the floor to shoot two. As it is the fifth foul on the Tigers, and Miller with an opportunity to build on a 7-point lead from the line. She's making or a 7-point lead. She now made it an 8-point lead as she hits the front of two. Martino going to check out here.
Actually, they called that foul on her.
Oh, really?
Rosie Martino, yeah, it was her second.
I'm used to the fast fingers at Moritz Hall, but you know what? Miller has made the best of her charity stripe appearance there. She hit both of them. It's now out to a 9-point Lady Vikings lead. Under a minute left to go here at the 52nd mark of the second. Right corner and driving baseline and losing the handle, or no. Jones going to get contacted there a little bit too much down underneath. Getting the foul here should be Ireland Kasper, her third. Yeah. And you can't afford to lose Ireland Kasper if you're Williams Valley. Yep. And she was in there. That's her fourth. We're going to see coming in here for her, Jaylena Redinger. 37 seconds left. 2 points there for the Tigers.
Olivia Jones there, nice layup.
Miller. Smeltz Kobularik bounces down inside block to Shomper. Shomper's layup doesn't go. Rebound pulled down Lady Vikings. Back out to the top of the key with 14 seconds left to go. Into the corner, Kobularik. Kobularik skips in the middle of the lane. It's going to go in there for Shomper. And Shomper's got a nice 2 points on her night, and it's a 22-13 lead. Helwig just shy of a half-court stripe at the buzzer. Doesn't fall, and we are going to the half. 22-13, Williams Valley leading Southern Columbia. It's the PIAA 2A girls first-round playoff action. You're listening to it live here on T102 Sports. Welcome back here to the friendly confines of Williams Valley High School as the Lady Vikings opening up the PIAA 2A first-round playoffs against Southern Columbia here. Leading 22-13 at the halftime break is the Lady Vikings. And, right now, I'm going to say this. This may be one of the most physical ball games that I've seen all year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's driven me, thinking about throwing down some football helmets and pads here, to get going here. But, yeah, it's definitely a physical game. And I think that, the Schuylkill League prepared Williams Valley for what they're going through right now.
Yeah, it almost seems like, right now you're seeing a lot of pressure when you're inbounding by these Lady Tigers. And, the Lady Vikings working it perfectly, to break the press. And I think that comes a lot from what they would see, in a man-to-man defensive-led Schuylkill League. Absolutely,
and it's one of the things too is, like you said, they're not surprised, and you can see, at times the games be, it's frantic, it's a little helter-skelter, but Williams Valley's just, once they get it over half court, they just run their offense. Like, they're turning the ball over in the backcourt, but when they get it over half court, they're just running their offense, taking control of the game and getting good looks.
We may see Shane Zellers bald here by the end of the night because, I mean, some of the mistakes, I mean, if you look at the Lady Vikings, they made some mistakes.
Yep.
The Lady Tigers have made some mistakes. The mistakes that the Lady Vikings have made, though, were those unforced turnovers in that backcourt.
Yeah, they're the ones that drive a coach crazy. You know, the ones that are 60 feet away, you know, just because you panicked a little bit, you know, because you weren't, maybe you didn't see the girl coming up to try to steal. You thought the girl was going to, you know, go to the middle of the court instead of staying with you. You know, they're just those unforced errors that would drive you crazy.
When you start breaking and looking at things and start trying to figure things out, if you're either one of these teams, I mean, you have to make little corrections. But that first half, not that you know, crazy in terms of turnovers. You know, Southern Columbia had opportunities, had penetration against the Lady Vikings, just unable to capitalize at the rim.
Yeah, and that's one of those things too. When you're looking at this Southern Columbia team, you know, I thought at times they settled, you know, too quick for that three. You know, you could reverse that back, get it back at those deep threes like you were saying out by the Viking head on the court. You know, you could get those at any time. You know, when they were running their offense, getting the ball on the baseline, you know, is when they gave Williams Valley a lot of fits. They were getting wide open, you know, shots. You know, then on the flip side, like we said too, with Williams Valley, you know, when you had Presley Shomper working that foul line area, you know, Ella Kobularik working in there, going a little high-low, using that as the pivot, swing at weak side. You know, Williams Valley was getting shots, but it's just a tale, you know, both sides here. Who's going to be the most patient? You know, get everybody involved, and good things are happening.
I like the play that they had off the inbound pass. Williams Valley did. They worked the ball to the middle, and then on the backside, they snuck Ireland Kasper down.
Yep.
Now, the big thing is when we talk about Ireland Kasper, this is a girl who here at the half has 4 persons.
Yeah, absolutely. That's huge. Yeah, especially she's that leader down there in the middle of the defense. You know, so now you're going to maybe rotate her. I think if you're Shane Zellers, yeah, you have the lead right now. Yeah, let's see how much time we could buy with her on the bench. You know, I wouldn't expect to see her coming back unless you get this down to maybe a 4-point game, 2-point game. You know, then maybe I'd bring her back in. But I'm going to see how long I can keep her on the bench, you know, to save her for the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Ireland Kasper, a 5'9" senior guard. There late in that first half, we saw Jaylena Renninger come in, a 5'9" freshman center.
Yeah, 5'11" freshman. And that's the difference, like we were saying, now when you're looking at this roster, you're either going to be a senior or you're a freshman.
Yeah, it's 5 seniors and 4 freshmen here for 3 freshmen for Shane Zellers. So, yeah, I mean, you've got to decide what you're going to do here. I mean, the scary part is what are you going to do next year?
Yeah. But, hey, you're not worried about next year, right? We got to worry about tonight first.
Yeah, we're worried about the win here tonight. Then we're worried about the win on Tuesday. Then we're worried about the win, you know, next Friday. And then we're worried about the win the following Tuesday. And then the next Friday, we're in the state championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we ain't worrying about that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just getting here is a big feat.
Yeah.
Okay, it is one of those things that you check off the proverbial preseason checklist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, first is to make the league playoffs. Let's make the district playoffs. Let's, you know, this. You know, you try to get the championships, but trying to live on to play in another round where, you know, the records go back to nothing and nothing.
Yeah, 0-0, yep. And that's what I think. You're looking here, too, at some of the numbers here. You know, the big thing, the difference in this game right now is that second quarter by Mallory Miller. So she had all 9 of her points in that second quarter. She had 2 threes and was 3 for 4 from the foul line. Yeah, so that's the big part of this game right now. We're going to start off here with Southern Columbia. Macy Swank had 2 points. Bella Snyder had 2. Olivia Jones had 4. And Kaylee Helwig had 5. For Williams Valley, Presley Shomper had 2. Ella Kobularik had 1. Mallory Miller had 9. Quinn Smeltz had 5. And Ireland Kasper had 5.
Back to live action here for the second half as we close out the Service Electric Cablevision halftime show. It's going to be Helwig. Helwig trying to work off the top of the key, looks down inside, tries to get it in on the right block. Ball knocked around, comes down in the hands of Quinn Smeltz.
Yeah, that was a big play there, too. You can see Coach Zellers, they put Mallory Miller back down in that middle of that zone. You know, for Williams Valley, just to be the captain back there.
Miller, top of the key, now dishes off. Dish off to Shomper. Shomper looks back to Miller. Miller going to try to work some penetration down the middle of the lane. Jump shot, rolls around, touches all 16 sides, and finds the bottom of the net. 24-13, 7-10 to go here in the third.
Yeah, Mallory Miller, she definitely does not want this season to end tonight.
So an 11-point lead, the biggest lead of the evening here by the Lady Vikings, who are without the services of Ireland. Kasper, who has her 4 personals against her, is on the bench here to start this second. In to take her spot here early on now is Ellie Koppenhaver. So the whistle and foul coming here, the second one on Quinn Smeltz on the evening. First here of the third. It's going to send Olivia Jones to the foul line. She nails the front of 2. It's a 10-point Vikings lead, 6:51 to go here in the third. Second one doesn't go. Rebound pulled down in the hands of Miller. Miller for Williams Valley going to bring it in transition. Take it right to the hole off the right side, off the glass. 26-14. Banks open late in the Williams Valley on a paycheck Friday night.
Mallory Miller doing a great job going to the basket, not settling for that jump shot, going strong to the hole for her 4 points is half.
Helwig out to Swank, top of the key. To the left side, top of key is going to be Jones. Jones into the foul line, jumper on the way. Rebound pulled down, Smeltz. Back to Miller. Miller up and across the timeline in transition. She's on the right side, kicks it to the left side here for Smeltz. Right now, if you're Williams Valley, do you try to take the air out of the basketball?
I don't. I think you just got to run your normal offense. Just see what you get. You know what I mean? You're in no hurry. I'm not saying take a quick shot, but just run your normal stuff like you've been. And right now they just turned it over to 3-second call. I don't think we've seen that all year. A 3-second
That's
call.
the second one I've seen all year.
There you go.
To be honest with you.
But yeah, like I was saying, I don't think you really have to change too much of what you're doing because they're being real patient anyway on offense.
I seen one in District 11 5A boys first round playoffs against Pottsville, and now I just see one here. Now underneath the Tigers look, it's Reuter. Reuter in the middle of the lane. Reuter hard contact back and hits the head off the hardwoods here.
Quinn Smeltz has picked up her third.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be. As Reuter going to go to the line here for 2. No, they're going to say it's on the floor. So Reuter now going to have to set up here into the offense. Right into Jones. Jones right to the bucket. And we've got another whistle and foul underneath. And we're going to have to see who this one is. It looked like they did. I saw the 4. I didn't see if it was a 3 or a 1. I started thinking, here goes Quinn Smeltz with her 4th. Jones at the line for 2, hits the front. Now this is where it gets tough.
Yeah.
Now this is where the checkerboards really goof you up, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And they're yelling at her right in her face. Jones's back of 2 doesn't fall. 26-15, 5:30 left to go here in the third. Williams Valley out front of Southern Columbia. 2A girls basketball, Joey.
I was just saying, now I think you try to take the air out of it a little bit.
Try to work it in there to Shomper. The ball gets knocked off a foot or an elbow or something up into the air. Lady Tigers come down with it. Helwig dribbles left corner, nothing but air underneath. Perfect pass. You could say it was to Jones. She cleans things up. It's 26-19, 5 to go here in the third. Williams Valley out front by 7.
Hey, right now it's Jones 6 in this quarter. Mallory Miller 4 for Williams Valley. That's all the scoring we have.
Check me, by 9, the Lady Vikings out. Where was your math at, Joseph?
I gave that up a long time ago.
I was waiting for it. You gave it up for Lent. There's a foul coming here. Is Quinn Smeltz going to finally draw one off of Helwig? Helwig second for the team, or first for the team here in the third? First. Kobularik. Into the corner, they work it for Miller. Back to Kubrick, top of the key. She's up and running into the paint. Now looks back outside for Smeltz. Smeltz going to drive inside the foul line. And 3 seconds.
No, double dribble.
Dribble?
Yep. Yeah, she picked it up. It got caught on her hip, and she put it back down again.
Camera guy here.
Yeah.
His hat was in the way of the signal.
That's okay. I got you, buddy. That's why we're a team, right?
Yeah. We may not be able to play hoops, but we're a team. Olivia Jones takes a step inside the foul line, pulls up, lets one loose. Bucket's a little bit too far. Kick it back outside off the front of the iron after a look for 3 by Leslie. Underneath, ball battled around, and Miller's probably astonished. She just got whistled for the foul.
That's 3.
Did you see her?
Yeah. Yep. Foul starting to mount up here for Williams Valley.
Yeah. Mallory Miller not liking that call. Sending Rosie Martino to the line. First one doesn't go. You're going to see Ireland Kasper come back in here. Stepping out is going to be Koppenhaver. See how soft Kasper plays. She won't be down there scrapping around for basketballs. Next one up by Martino, too hard off the back of the iron. Rebound battled for, and stepping out on a baseline is going to be the Tigers, Amelia Leslie. Full court press here by the Tigers. They'll break it. I thought it was my face. Kasper's got to look at 3, lets the defense pass her by, pulls the trigger. Shot doesn't go, out on the baseline. I'll tell you what, that has to be distracting. You're pulling up to shoot a 3. You got a nice long look, and all you see is your teammate sliding across down the middle of the paint.
Yep. Yeah, the sight lines go away, right?
Yeah. Ella Kobularik. Looked like she was
doing the luge, right?
Yeah, or the skeleton. Shot down underneath, and a easy layup for Martino, not going to go. The high percentage shot not there. And a foul coming offensively. It's going to be the 3rd foul on Martino. Break the press here as they work it ahead for Shomper. Shomper, Ireland Kasper pulls up. Swank gets the basketball. Working around the perimeter here to Helwig on the left side. She'll work her way into the corner. Now tries her way into the block. Gets knotted up there and looks back outside. Into the foul line, Jones. Jones looks underneath. Helwig there. Turn around her underneath the rim. Off the glass. And you got yourself a 26-19 ball game. A 7-point lead.
That's definitely what it's going to see. Southern Columbia is going to attack that bottom row here. This Williams Valley zone. Everybody's in foul trouble.
Kasper to the corner. They work it back out top for Miller. Back to Kasper, left corner. Kasper is going to look. Baseline opens up. She takes it. Strong into the hole. It's not going to go. She fights for the rebound. That doesn't work out in her favor. Finally, it'll work out in the Lady Vikings' favor as Presley Shomper and Macy Swank get tied up. Jump ball possession arrow favoring Lady Vikings. Whistle and a timeout. Shane Zellers, 2:35 left to go here in the 3rd. 26-19, Williams Valley leading Southern Columbia in the PIAA 2A girls first round playoff action right here on T102 Sports. The 26-19 Williams Valley lead over Southern Columbia. Opening round in a PIAA tournament. 2A girls basketball. An exciting one here tonight. A lot of foul trouble for Williams Valley.
Hey, but we're not getting to that 94 foul shot game.
No, we are not. Ireland Kasper has 4. Mallory Miller has 3 for the Lady Vikings.
Quinn Smeltz has 3.
Smeltz has 3.
I think me or you might have 1 or 2 the way this game's going.
Kobularik into the corner. Miller for 3! Count them up! Back to a 10-point ball game, 29-19, 2:15 to go in the 3rd. Lady Vikings pulling back out to a double lead. But guess what? There's an answer on the other side. Macy Swank makes it a 29-21 game. It was a long 2-foot in front of the line. Looked like it was good from here, but Kobularik skips into the corner. Kasper for 3! Count 'em! 32-21 at the 150 mark of the 3rd, and we're exchanging triples.
That's one thing right now, if you're Southern, you want to get stops. You want to trade baskets here.
Back out to an 11-point Williams Valley lead. Ball knocked away. Smeltz. Smeltz going to get called for her 4th 2 from the charity stripe as she works in on Macy Swank on the left block. I don't like the call.
No, I don't either.
1:38 left to go here in the third. The team's 5th foul here. The 4th for Smeltz. Swank for 2. Hits the front. Checking out is going to be Leslie. Checking in is Zsido for Southern Columbia. Swank at the line, back half of 2 on the way. Too hard off the back of the iron. Bounce on the rim a few times and not find the bottom of the net. Rebound pulled down, Lady Vikings with a $1.50 left here in the third. Kobularik to Miller, right corner. Back out top, work at the Smeltz on the left side. Back to Kobularik on the right side. She wants to move the ball around a little bit. 1:08 to go here in the third. Kasper will shoot out to the top. Now back to Kobularik. To Miller on the right side. Miller into Kasper, right side all alone for 3 off the front of the iron and off the back of the backboard here.
Yeah, great look there by Kasper, just didn't knock it down, but yeah, it was one of those plays that I think if you're Coach Sellers, you're telling her, let's pull it back out a little bit. We didn't want to go down, play defense. The foul trouble that we're in, you wanted to run some more time off the clock.
52.7 ticks remaining in the third. The question is Shane Zellers last week, we had a great conversation with him Saturday morning on our sister station, WPPA Sports Saturday. We talked about the sweatshirt. He told us it stands on its own. We told him to use a little bit of Febreze. Did he?
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Ball knocked around. Helwig gets it under control off the glass. 32-24. 8-point Lady Vikes lead. Breaking the pressure. As the Williams Valley faithful up. Valerie. Miller to Smeltz. Right side, Miller. Back to Kobularik. Kasper for 3 at the buzzer. The third quarter comes to a close. The Lady Vikings leading 35-24. Lady Tigers starting with the basketball here, trailing 35-24 as we start the final countdown of 8 minutes of basketball for somebody. And Olivia Jones tries a 3-ball, leaves it short. Rebound pulled down Lady Vikings. Mallory Miller against the sideline, far side of the floor. She'll work it across the timeline, kick ahead to Kasper. Now they'll work it back out here, Kobularik. Back to Kasper, right corner. Kasper for 3 off the front of the iron. Rebound pulled down Helwig. Helwig up and running across that line. Helwig trying to push, now looks into the left wing. She'll find Jones, and Jones standing against Kasper. Tries to get Kasper and tries to draw a foul on Kasper. She's got 4 here tonight. And Helwig driving the lane. Hands up. Where's it going to go? It's going to end up being on Kobularik. She's going to pick up her first.
I was going to say, if anybody could pick up a foul, it's her, right?
Yeah. But you know what I mean? She was standing there.
Yeah.
She had the position.
Yep.
I would have nailed Helwig on the charge, but that's why I don't wear black and white. Plus, I don't look good in verticals. 10-point lead, Lady Vikings, 7:11 to go here. Helwig with the back half of 2 from the charity stripe. Second one, nothing but net. It's 35-26, a 9-point Lady Vikes advantage. To break it, there's Kasper behind the defense of the Tigers. Up to the top of the key for Smeltz. Miller for 3 off the front of the iron. Helwig with the rebound. Helwig up and running. Skips it right to Mallory Miller on the other side of the lane. Back to the Lady Vikings. Back up into the transition. They'll lose the handle on a basketball. Swank into the offensive possession here for the Tigers. Out to Helwig. Helwig for three. And we've got a foul coming. And it's going to be the fourth here on Mallory Miller. Her fourth, team second, 6:39 left to go here in the fourth. 35-26, Lady Vikings out front of Southern Columbia.
Yeah,
Winner advances on.
I was just saying, that's one of those plays where offensively you rush yourself on offense, come down, pick up a fourth foul, and give up a basket.
Now down to a 7-point ball game as it's right into Jones, and Jones right to the basket. Smeltz out here in the middle of the V at the middle of this Williams Valley floor. Kicks it from right to left across the top of the key. Now into the right corner. They get it over there for Miller. Miller back out top. They get it over here for Kasper. Kasper able to step in front of that one, save it. Now they try to get it to Miller. She was open in that right corner. Quickly that closes down.
Yeah, it looks like Shane Zell's trying to get Southern out of this zone. Get them to come out and start chasing them.
And there they're going to draw the foul. Smeltz going to get a little contact by Helwig. Helwig should be picking up her second, right?
Three?
Yep. So that's her third. And a whistle and a timeout, Southern Columbia. 5:56 left to go here in the ball game. 35-28. Jimmy Kessler with the timeout by Southern Columbia. Inbound pass going to be challenged all over the place. They'll have to work it to the half backcourt. Now over to Quinn Smeltz, who gets Ireland Kasper out the top of the key. Kasper, ball getting poked around there. They try to post Smeltz up in that low post. Can't get it underneath to her. Wow. Give them the Euro step and a whole lot more. Into the hands of Kaylee Helwig. Helwig foul line, looks underneath Jones. Jones tries to get the bank shot off the right side. That's not going to go. Rebound picked up, Lady Vikings. Schuylkill Haven will be victorious tonight, 50-19 over Philly Charter. Pine Grove girls, they fall to Imhotep 62-33. And Marion victorious down in the City of Brotherly Love, 66-24. Mark 35-28 over Southern Columbia girls 2A action.
Marion, that game was against Vox. I couldn't think of the name, Vox.
There's a huge shot out of the hands of Helwig, and that thing just seemed like it took forever to get there. It brought down some rain here in Williamstown, and it's a 4-point ball game, 35-31. Miller right side in the ensuing possession here for the Lady Vikings. Ball to Quinn Smeltz. Smeltz looks inside. She'll find in there for Shomper. Shomper tries to get it back outside. Kasper out of the left corner. Back out top, Kobularik. 4:20 to go here in this regulation.
Southern's back at, they changed her back in, play man-to-man.
Shomper. Kasper. Now Kobularik back out and retreats back out to the WV in the middle of the Williams Valley gym floor. Right now it just seems Shane Zellers has his girls just trying anything to get a foul here. A timeout taken by Shane Zellers. 3:59 to go here in regulations. 35-31. Williams Valley leading Southern Columbia PIAA 2A girls first round playoff action here on T102 Sports. Welcome back here. 3:55 left here in regulation. Ireland Kasper driving through the left wing. Now looks outside. Can't get that penetration as deep as she'd like. Now they look out to Miller. Joey Shane Zellers with a timeout, talking things over his Ladies Vikings, and Kubrick into the middle of the paint. Gets knotted up there, looks for Mallory Miller. Miller gonna drive right down the right side. Underhand shot off the window and doesn't go. Rebound Helwig. Helwig trying to cut it to a 2-point ball game, and a whistle and a foul. Helwig going in line with that 2-point opportunity.
I think in that timeout, Coach Zellers telling his girls, listen, we have the lead right now. We just got to take care of the ball. We'll take layups, but we're not going to take, open like threes.
Ball right in. It's not a shooting foul. I thought they were nailing her in the shooting.
Yeah, I thought she was starting to go up,
but they said not. Rosie Martino off the inbound pass, shot for 3, misses. Rebound out on the baseline. Lady Vikings now trying to break this press here by Southern Columbia. And there's going to be Martino pulling up off the left block. That doesn't go. Rebound battle all the way out here near the half-court stripe. It's Helwig for a huge 3 off the glass. Timeout. Kessler to save the possession, and he's got the possession saved. A 4-point ball game with 2:58 left to go here in regulation in the PIAA 2A girls first-round playoff game. Williams Valley out in front of Southern Columbia on T102 Sports. 2:58 left in regulation. We got to put the blanket out there now. You got to say the regulation point.
Yeah.
The way this thing's been going here.
We could see some extra basketball tonight.
For free basketball here in the first round of the playoffs. Swank going to inbound here for Southern Columbia. 2:58 to go, trailing by 4, 35-31, Lady Vikings out in front. Inbound pass Martino. She gets it to Helwig, who looks across the court and gets it to Swank. Swank loses the handle on it, but they're going to say the last to touch it are the Lady Vikings. I think they counted the Vikings logo here as the sideline, but we won't go there as Jones looks inside, a whistle and a foul. Kasper is in the area. No, not going to give it to her.
Ella Kobularik picking up her second.
Going to the line here is going to be Bella Snyder. Has an opportunity to cut it the lead in half to just 2. She's cut it to 3. She's hit the first of 2. Back half, staring at her. Williams Valley student section staring at her. She's got it. Comes through, and we're down to a 2-point ball game. 2:45 to go in regulation. Mallory Miller able to sell the touch and a tip out of bounds by Helwig. Lady Vikings will inbound again. Ball going to be knocked around. Swank with it. Helwig at the top of the key. Defended by Miller. She'll reverse. Now look to the right side for Swank. Swank at the top. Kicks to Jones. Jones looks, wants to get up and run into the foul line. Now kicks back. Swank pulls up. Long 2 doesn't go. Helwig there to clean it up off the glass. 35 all. 2:20 left to go here in this ball game. Inbound pass. Mallory Miller. Miller grabbing the right eye like she just took an uppercut. The foul coming, the 4th on Rosie Martino. The 2nd on the Lady Vikings at the 2:18 mark here of regulation. Smeltz will inbound here, Joe.
I was saying, there's a little confusion on the inbound.
Too far right for Miller to catch up to it. Ball goes out of play, and now the Lady Tigers will inbound on the baseline. Shouldn't they inbound where it went out?
Yeah, it's under it was on the baseline, yep.
All right.
But it's one of those things that, too, if you're Williams Valley right now, you got to shorten these passes now. They're just too far. You know, and you let the defense recover and get back there.
Shomper working against the defense. She's trying to work in there on Martino. Now she gets it back to Helwig. Helwig over to Jones in the left corner. Ball passed to the foul line, get knocked around, but it's going to get to Helwig here on the right side. Helwig drives down underneath into the lane. She'll find a wide open Bella Snyder, who cleans the windows, and it's a 2-point Lady Tigers lead, 37-35. Miller inbound pass goes coast to coast. Bucket doesn't fall. Kobularik there for the rebound. Kicks it all the way over. Shomper for 3. In and out. In and out of the rim.
3/4 of the way down, and it comes out.
Yeah. A 2-point Lady Tigers lead, 1:20 to go. Jones. Jones drives, doesn't go. Rebound pulled down. Going to be Smeltz and a whistle and a timeout. Shane Zellers?
Yes.
Shane Zellers says, I don't think I called the timeout. Looks around and says, well, we'll take it, I guess. 58.6 seconds remaining, a 2-point deficit. Shomper to inbound pass stolen away. Swank across the timeline to Helwig. Helwig back to Swank. Swank now dishes off to Jones. To Martino, back here to Helwig, and they'll have to come out and foul her. Kobularik going to get the foul here for Williams Valley. A 2-point lead here by the Lady Tigers, and Helwig probably not the one you want to send to the line.
No, not at all. 2 for 2 on the game so far. That's one of those things, you had to pick somebody. And everybody's in foul trouble. So
they left her hanging out here. She just held the basketball and let them come out. First one going to be too hard off the back of the iron.
Williams Valley needs a big box out here. Yeah, you need this. If there's a miss, you can't give the ball back to Southern right now.
35-37. Williams Valley trailing. Second one misses. Rebound Miller, and Miller is tackled in the wing.
But that's one of the things, too. That's not a bad foul for Southern right now. You know, it's only 3 team fouls. Rosie Martino fouls out on the play, but you know you had fouls to give.
She'll foul out, and Martino, a sophomore. So she has some more basketball left, and a whistle and a timeout by Jim Kessler. Kobularik, a long pass down the floor. Williams Valley searching for their first points here of the fourth quarter, and they get it from Mallory Miller on a putback off the stripe. It's a 37-all basketball game, 18 seconds left. Swank down inside, left block. Kobularik with the foul. Swank to the line with 14.7 seconds remaining. A tied ball game here in regulation, 37-all. Swank to the line here to try to break the tie and get the advantage. And trying to put the pressure on Williams Valley. Swank's first off the front of the iron, off the back, and falls off the right side. The second. She toes the line. Right toes on, right hand under, in, out, off the glass. Rebound battle for Swank's on the floor. Kobularik's on the floor.
Who's the foul on here?
I'm not sure, but it looked like Swank stepped on the basketball. They call the foul on 10, so it should be Kobularik.
That's
her fourth. Her fourth.
It's 5.
It's her fifth.
Yep. Yeah, she had that last one was right in front of us here.
Renninger going to check in here. 12.6 seconds remaining, and Swank going to step back to the line for 2 more. With 12.6. She shot 4 here in the last 3 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely.
From the foul line. Toes the line. Fans going crazy behind her. Shirts waving. A timeout, Shane Zellers, 12.6 seconds remaining in regulation, 37-all between Williams Valley, Southern Columbia, PIAA 2A girls first round playoff action here on T102 Sports. Swank gonna step to the line here for the back half of 2 out of the Shane Zellers timeout. 12.6 seconds remaining. We're all tied up at 37. Williams Valley faithful crazy, and she's nailed the back half. A 1-point lead. Shane Zellers has 0 timeouts. Inbound pass Miller. Miller across the timeline, loses the handle on the basketball, and a foul called on Helwig. Helwig should have 4, team's 4th. Kaylee Helwig not happy, going to try to plead her case.
But that's not a bad foul. You know, you didn't foul a jump shooter. You had fouls to give. That's not a bad foul.
8.4 ticks remaining, a 1-point deficit here for the Lady Vikings. Kasper, right corner, inside for Smeltz. Ball knocked around, pulled down Jones. And a foul on Olivia Jones, and she'll go to the line with 3.3. Oh! Wave off the foul. Jump ball, possession arrow favoring the Lady Vikings.
Whoa, baby.
What a change of events here.
Whoa, baby.
Vikings have an opportunity with 3.3 ticks remaining. It's going to be Shomper. Corner, Kasper. Ball doesn't fall. And it's going to be actually Miller that's going to miss the shot. And the Lady Tigers are going to sting the Lady Vikings 38-37 here in their home floor in the PIAA 2A girls first round playoff action here. The Williams Valley Lady Vikings fall here tonight on their home floor 38-37 to the Southern Columbia Tigers as things got a little helter-skelter there, and to tell it a tape, when you sit down and look at it, you can't wait for 7.5 minutes to pass in the final quarter of basketball to score your first 2 points.
Yeah, absolutely. The fourth quarter definitely did the Lady Vikings in. You know, they only scored 2 points in that fourth quarter. You know, but it's one of those things like when you go looking at these seniors here for Williams Valley, you know, they played their last ball game. It hurts, you know, but when you look back on what they did in their careers here at Williams Valley, there's nothing to hang your head about right now.
Yeah, and you look at it and you start to say, you know, you're breaking things down. It comes down to, 32 minutes of basketball being played, and you've got to play all 32 of them. And the Tigers, they had no quit in them here tonight, and got the best of the Lady Vikings in the fourth.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's one of those things like, it's hard to say like what the turning point was. You know, like what happened. I think the foul trouble, you know, definitely hurt Williams Valley. You could see that they just weren't as aggressive as they were in the first half. You know, and that's a testament to the way Southern Columbia was playing. You know, they were making them play, you know, not to turn the ball over instead of looking to score.
So a heartbreaker here for Shane Zellers tonight, falling 38-37 to the Tigers as final numbers here tonight from Williams Valley.
Okay, first we'll start here with the Southern Columbia Tigers. Macy Swank had 16 points. She pulled down 4 rebounds, 3 defensive, 1 on the offensive end. Bella Snyder had 6 points. She had 2 rebounds, 1 offensive, 1 defensive. Alana Reuter did not score tonight, but she had 3 offensive rebounds, 2 defensive rebounds. Olivia Jones had 10 big points for the Tigers. She pulled down 5 offensive rebounds, 1 defensive rebound. Kaylee Helwig had a great ball game here for Southern Columbia. She had 17 big points. She pulled down 3 rebounds, 2 defensive, 1 offensive. Rosie Martino pulled down 2 rebounds. Colette Zsido had 1 for Southern Columbia. For the Lady Vikings here of Williams Valley, Presley Shomper had 2 points. She pulled down 4 offensive rebounds. Ella Kobularik had 1 point tonight, but she pulled down 4 defensive rebounds and 2 offensive for 6 total rebounds. Quinn Smeltz had 5 points for the Lady Vikings. She pulled down 5 defensive rebounds. Ireland Kasper has 11 points tonight. Mallory Miller had a great ball game for the Lady Vikings. She had 18 big points. She pulled down 1 offensive rebound and 7 Rebounds here for the Lady Vikings tonight.
So the Lady Vikings check tournament. The Lady Tigers will advance on to meet either the District 3 runner-up Shalom Christian or District 12 champion Mass Charter.
And I just want to say, too, you got to thank the Southern Columbia Athletic Department, too. You know, they did a great job. A lot of teams won't send us rosters. They won't send us stats for their kids. You know, and Coach Kessler and his crew out there at Southern Columbia were fantastic. You know, got everything to us right away.